Hey crafters, happy Sunday. So today what I wanted to show you guys is how to do some DIY coloring book sheets. Our weather right now in Southern California cannot decide if it wants to be cold, if it wants to be sunny, if it wants to rain. It really does not know what it's doing right now. So I thought coloring is such a great indoor activity, or any really activity when you're trying to de-stress or you need to keep your kids busy. So my nieces and my nephew love to color. So this is such an easy thing to do with your Cricut. So, and you can do it with a maker, you can do it with an Explorer, whatever has the pen adapting little thingy, you could do it with. So all you need is some cardstock. So this is, I think, 60-pound cardstock. It's pretty light, but it is heavier than copy paper, and it's really smooth, so it's really nice to write on. So this, any Cricut pen that you want to use, I'm going to be using this medium tip. It's more like a marker, less than like a pen, and it turned out really great. So to show you a little bit of what we're gonna do is these are a couple that I've made, and then one, you know, because coloring is not just for kids, so I colored one myself. So that's pretty much all you need. So I'll show you how to do it from start to finish. I'm gonna be using Auntie Tay SVG files. Love her, and if you join her Patreon you get access to tons of images, and you get 20% off her site, and you can also get 10% off if you use my code, the craft scraps, all lowercase, and I'll link everything below. So I think that's it, so let's get started. All right, so to start our coloring book pages, I am going to be using some of these Auntie Tay SVG files. So you can get these if you join her Patreon. You get access to tons of SVG files, and you get 20% off her store, which is just insane. So I'll link that below if you're interested. So first, all we have to do here is, so we have our images, so we just need to figure out how big we want these. So I believe the uh, cardstock I have is 8.5 by 11, so we can pretty much make this as big as we want. So I think that's pretty good size. So we'll do like 8 by 10. So now we have our image, so this is how big we want it. And so if we leave it like this, you can see up here, line type, it says cut. So since we're going to be making coloring pages, we want, you know, the insides to be blank. So all we need to do is go up here to draw. So now we can have our pen write this out instead of cut it. And so we can color inside the lines. And it has a super cute little Mickey Mouse little guy here. So this would be such a cute idea for, you know, your kids or anybody who loves Disney. So next we'll go over here and we'll do this one. So same thing, we're just going to stretch it out as long as we, or as big as we want. I think I'll keep it to this like 8.5 by 11, or this 8 by 10 I mean. And so again, all we need to do is go up here and select draw, and we're good to go. And so lastly, we'll do this one here, and we just stretch it out and come up here and select draw, and so now we can color that. So I'm not going to use this one down here just because it's a little random, so we're good to go. So now we can come over here to make it. And so you can see we have our 3 mats here. And I think this is just a mess up down here, but so we'll use 3 different sheets of cardstock and we will draw these. So all we need to do is come over here to continue, and we will select our device. And the only tool we're going to need to load is our pen, so I'll show you how to do that right now. Alright, so now that we have our settings set, the only setting that we really needed to set was to let them know, or to let them know, like who are they? To let our Cricut know that we're just going to be drawing on cardstock. So I'm just using this, I think this is 60-pound cardstock. It's not too thick, but it's thicker than copy paper. So we're just going to put this on our mat like we normally would. So we'll just scrape this down. And I love this idea because I have, as you all kind of know by now, I have two nieces and a nephew, and they love, 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 love to color. So this is such a quick and easy, you know, little gift idea. So I'm going to be using this Cricut pen. This is the medium tip. I just wanted to see, I kind of like thicker lines. So all we need to do is just put this pen, load it into our machine. So I'm just going to, and you want to make sure that you hear that clicking sound. So I'll do it one more time so you can hear it. All right. So now that it's in there, it's good to go. We'll close our clamp, and the Explore 2 machines have the same feature. You can use the pen with this too, so it's really awesome. So I'm using the light grip mat for this. I pretty much use light grip for almost everything. It's just easier to work with. So now we can load our mat. And we're not going to be cutting, we're going to be drawing. So we'll hit our Cricut button and we're good to go. All right, so now that this is finished, we can unload our mat. And so the trick to getting cardstock off without it curling is I like to just kind of bend my mat, and you just want to be careful because you don't want to snap your mat. But so how cute does that look? So you can use some colored pencils and color in there, give it to your kids, or do it yourself. I mean, honestly, I'm probably just gonna color this myself, but I think it's pretty cool. So let's do the next couple of ones that we have. And you guys, if you've been, you know, watching my videos since the very beginning, you know, you're probably used to my camera just falling and causing a scene. And I hope that you're okay with it, because if you're not, I don't know. I don't know what else I could do at this point. Alright, so we're going to load our mat for this next one. Again, same thing. I'm not going to change the pen. I'm going to keep the pen the exact same. And we can hit cut. Or not cutting, drawing. And make sure that your mat doesn't run into your wall. Alright, so our second one is finished, and you just want to be careful when you're pulling this out just so you don't accidentally like snag it on the marker and ruin what you're doing. So we're just going to bend this, get our page off. I love this marker, by the way. I think it is a really good marker to use for something like this. Alright, so now we are just going to do our next one, or our last one. So we'll load our mat. And we will draw. Alright, so now we'll unload our last page here. And so now we have all 3 of our super positive, super cute coloring pages ready to go. So grab some colored pencils or some crayons and start coloring. Love these. Again, I got these from Auntie Tay, so I will link all her information below so you can get access to all of these SVG images and files and so much more. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and happy crafting!